Come on, Mike. Come clean.
What are we talking about, guys?
Right,
what are we talking about?
Darren. Well, I don't know if you know about this, but there's a big fight this weekend. McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. I know you sent me a video in, but that video is not on this live right now. Give us, or give the people, a prediction. How do you think this goes down this weekend?
And by the way, before you do that, Darren, can you take the damn chewing gum out of your mouth? I mean, have some manners, for God's sake.
Just go, mate. You just get back to fucking your wife with that nose and shut the fuck
up. Listen.
Go ahead, Darren. Go ahead.
I don't know why, right? Man, I got loads of time and love for Dustin. I just want to see Conor win for some reason. I don't know why. I'd love to see him just have that last hurrah. You know what I'm talking about, Mike, don't you? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, if he wins and if he doesn't, you know, his legacy's still his legacy. But listen, things are better when Conor's around. Am I right? And if Conor loses this weekend, I think that is definitely the last we'll see of him. I do genuinely think that.
Yeah, well, I said that this week. I think there's a potential. I mean, he doesn't know yet, but if he gets knocked out again, which is it is a possibility. Yeah, maybe he does. Maybe he takes his ball and goes home. Says, nah, screw this. I've made enough money. I'm going to do something else. He always said he was going to get in, get rich, and get out. Well, he's got in. He won 2 belts. He's definitely got rich. The only thing left to do is get out. And I know he said yesterday, listen, I'll fight forever. I'll do this till I'm 50 or whatever because I love this game. But you feel differently when you carry on getting knocked out. Now, as you say, the sport is way better with McGregor involved, right? He brings excitement like nobody else does. And I'm telling you, from what I saw at the press conference yesterday, he is fired up. And Dustin better be ready in that first round because I've got a feeling, I still think Dustin can beat him in round 3 if he gets to round 3. But I've got a feeling we might see another Donald Cerrone style performance. The way he was talking yesterday, he looked so fucking pissed off, part of my language. I think he's just going to go forward as soon as that bell rings and he's going to go at him in kill mode.
Darren, you said you want Conor to win, but you think you're picking with your heart here. But what about your mind? Give us the official prediction.
No, it's not that I want Conor to win. Like, I'd love to see Poirier do it as well. Like that would cement his name, down in history books. But I think people are very quick to forget, and I think there's just too. I don't know whether he deserves it or not, but I think there's a lot of hate being directed towards Conor that he's not up to par, that he's let his eye off the ball. So maybe, as Mike just said, we see him come in there in round 1 and just get Dustin out of there. Where I'm 50-50 at the moment here, and so I should be 50-50 because it's one apiece. This is the decider of this fight, innit? On Saturday tomorrow, it's going to be 2-1 to someone. Who is it going to be?
So Mike, is that your official prediction? Conor in 1?
Well, I mean, as Darren just said, no one knows how this is going to go down. They're both capable of finishing the fight. I think Conor in round 1, Dustin in round 3. It all depends whether or not Dustin can get out of that first round. Conor's going to go at him a million miles an hour, super aggressive, throw caution to the wind and try and knock him out and put a big exclamation point on it and then never think about Dustin Poirier ever again. But if he doesn't do that, he's going to empty his tank. I've said this all week. You can't be a sprinter and a marathon runner at the same time. You just can't. The physiological makeup doesn't work like that. Conor's a sprinter, and he's a fantastic sprinter. He's going to go out there. He's going to redline it to the max in round 1. And if he doesn't get the job done, he's going to run out of gas. And then Dustin's going to take over. And I think that's what's going to happen.
I said, Mike, and you know this because you've got what probably had one of the best cardios in UFC. For me, it all comes down to, have you been in the gym and have you been doing your rounds and rounds and rounds of sparring and pads and, all that shit that comes with it? And if he hasn't done that, he's not going to survive the 5 rounds. That's just plain.
I totally agree. And we were just talking about all the cash that McGregor has, right? And his motivation for this fight and all the rest of it. And I was like, yeah, listen, obviously this is all about pride now, so it doesn't matter about money. He's got to win this fight. But when you have the cash, you only get that cardio and you get that kind of condition by killing yourself in the gym, pushing yourself to the limit every day. Your coach is driving you into the ground, running sprints up hills, hitting pads a million miles an hour, round after round, hitting the bags, having multiple training partners trying to take you down, trying to ground and pound you, trying to get back to your feet, and you kill yourself. You know what it's like, Darren. That's why so many people get injured, but it's a fine line. You've got to push yourself to the max, just enough that you don't get injured. And I don't know, has he done that? Has he done that? Nobody knows. We'll only find out on Saturday night.
Can I ask you, Mike, throughout your career, you were very good about propping up the younger European stars, the fellow Brits. You did a great job of being sort of the leader and the ambassador. How do you feel about Darren always trying to suppress the fellow, Scousers?
And what
mean,
are you still?
why does he not give back to the younger players?
You're going the right way for another viral video to get plugged in. Shut your fucking mouth, Ariel.
Listen,
Mike, this will make you very happy. I've just been having food in Alderley Edge, right?
Nice place.
The guy comes up to me and he goes, "Oh yeah, do you have a mate fighter till?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh yeah, I only watch it for Mike Bisping." And I thought, you cheeky fucking cunt, get out my face now. So you haven't forgot about you?
Nah, thanks, Darren. No, I'm very happy being Uncle Michael these days. You know, I take them all under my wing. I give them a little bit of guidance. I bring them on my podcast. You know, I'm just trying to rise them up. I want the next generation. I'm very happy and proud to be the only champ that we've had so far. But I ain't going to be the last. And I can't wait until we get another one. And Darren Till right here, I say it time and time again. I'm telling you. What are you, Darren? 27, 28?
28, mate, yeah.
Getting old. I thought he was 27. I don't know. You might have missed your boat, actually, Darren.
Off.
Who has the best chance to be the next? Who has the best chance to be the next British champion?
Well, Arnold Allen.
It's Darren or Leon, isn't it? Let's be honest.
What about Arnold?
I think, mate, I think we do look past Arnold, man. He's fucking so good. He is so good. I don't
100%.
know, are you aware of Arnold much? I mean, just because me and Ariel were talking about it last night, I went on and watched a few of his fights. Man, he is fucking solid, Ariel. He's solid in that octagon. He's solid.
Yeah, I've commentated a couple of his fights. He's fantastic. Yeah. What is he on? Like a 7-fight win streak. He's got no weak areas. He's kind of like Leon Edwards, if you will, in terms of, you know, technically he's very, very good, but he doesn't say too much, and he's flying under the radar. I think his last 2 fights were in the States, so that's going to be good for his brand, for his recognition. I really just think the only thing that's kind of holding him back is his, for want of a better word, his level of fame. No one really knows who he is, but in terms of what he can do in the octagon, absolutely world class. And definitely flying under the radar.
I think his next fight is sort of like a, you know, that hit into the top 10. Forget the talking. I think his next fight is going to be that solid top 10 guy, where that's where he really shines then and shows all of these other guys, right, yeah, I'm here to stay. I'm a top 10 guy. I'm going to beat the top 5. That's like to solidify his position. Because there's always a break in the mic, like, to get into like that top 10 and sort of show your stamp and your name and stuff like that. I think his next fight is exactly that.
Yeah, no, 100%. I've got a question for you, though, Darren.
Go on. No,
how do going at me? Oh, you know, Darren's going to be the next champ. You're not going to be the only champ for long and all the rest of it. How does it feel, Darren, to not be the most popular Scouser in the UFC? Paddy Pimblett's taking your spot, mate.
Yes.
Are you on the train with Ariel? Are you turning against me? I know.
Paddy's a baddie, mate. You're so 2017, Darren. Come on, it's all about Paddy the baddie.
He's about to take over the show. I'll give him that.
I love. Hey, okay, Mike? I asked.
Ariel, listen, Ariel. I've got to go. I just want to ask you one question before I go.
Did you swallow your gum? Did you swallow your gum? Where did the gum go?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. How did the nose joke go down with your wife?
Stop it. This is a G-rated show, okay, Darren? Get out of here.
Can you not swear on this, Mike?
No, this is BT Sport.
Ah, fucking twat, dickhead, cunt.
Stop.
Oh my God.
This guy.
You're gonna love Darren.
I do love that. I was just about to ask you about. This is why we're on the same wavelength, Mike. We're on the same wavelength here. I'll keep you for just a couple more minutes, and then I know you have a lot of things to do over there, like nothing, and say sorry to all the BT people for missing the weigh-in show.
Hey, I'm a busy man. I had a podcast. I had ABC. I had ESPN. I had Daily Wager. I had interviews. I've got a weigh-in show. And I'll say this. Normally, there's a lot of correspondence. They send links and all the rest. There was nothing. There was no talk of it all week. I spoke to some of the execs at BT Sport last night about some other stuff. They never mentioned it. And in my mind, I was like, the weigh-ins at 4 p.m.
It's not your fault. Yeah, you're right.
It's not my fault.
None of it's. No.
I'm a knucklehead. I've been hit in the head many, many times. I need constant reminders. Okay.
Is Paddy for real? Do you believe in Paddy, or Can I just say something? Paddy has that it thing that you were talking about that maybe Arnold and Leon don't. The personality, the look, all that stuff. But let's call it like we see it. Love Cage Warriors. I know you have a history. The Cage Warriors alum have not done great recently in the UFC, right? They've been great in Cage Warriors. They haven't had success in the UFC. Can Paddy get it done in the UFC?
You know, to be honest, I can't really give an accurate assessment. I've seen like a few of his highlights, and when he's had a win, I've seen like the, you know, on YouTube or whatever, I've seen the knockout or the finish or whatever.